Okay, hi there, Yurds. So, another episode all about writing, and in particular, this is about headline writing. For this particular assignment, I asked you guys to watch the 1, 2, 3 headlines video. It's not on Yearbook Avenue like the slide says. It's linked right below this video on Yearbook University on our Yearbook website. So please do watch that because they talk about different kinds of headline designs. And then also they talk about how to kind of generate some headlines, some good brainstorming techniques. So I'd like to have both of those in your notes. So next we're going to talk about some different headline strategies, and I'm going to go through this as quick as possible. So the first strategy that you can do is a pun. Nothing better than a good pun. Sometimes. We don't want to overdo puns. It's really hard for me because I love a good pun. But a good pun played well and clever in the book is awesome. So here, this professional example, we can see that they're playing off the idea. The pun is Bana year, Bana being this actor's last name, but that comes from the idea of a banner year, which is like an epic year, a really great year for a business or a person. It's a banner year, a year that you'd like to get an award for. It's so good. So they're using a pun to kind of create their headline. The next one would be a cliche. It's a cinch. That's another way that we can create headlines is by using cliches. Again, all of these headline strategies, we want to use them in variation throughout the book. So we don't want to have all of our headlines just be puns or just be cliches. We want to do a mixture of all these different strategies. Next headline strategy, doing a cliche, but also thinking about verbal visual connection. So here the picture has Paul Rudd with many faces. He's got more than one face. So the many faces of Paul Rudd. So they're creating that visual verbal connection with their headline and the image, but they're also using a cliche. Okay, alliteration is where you create a headline that starts all with the same letters. So here we got MMM, mix, match, morph. So that's a really great technique is starting out your headlines with the same letter, and that's called alliteration. So here we can see some examples in yearbooks. Here we have a pun, a cut to the heart. Here we have another headline strategy, which is rhyming. Rhyming always makes for good timing. No, okay, that's fine. But rhymes are very fun, again, as a headline strategy. Here we have a pun, learning the ropes, and they're at a ropes course. Play on words, you've been served. If you do bumps at Spike, I'm going to pull my hair out. Okay, so no more bumps at Spike. That's been used too many times. Or in it to pin it for wrestling. Those are great headlines, but they're used so much that it's like, they're bad headlines because they're so overused. So we want to do something that's original, that creates that visual verbal connection. There's some that we're going to steer away from, and don't think that it's anything bad. It's just I've seen it a million times, so we want to stand out and be different with our book. So your headline, if you guys could not only have your notes, but I'm going to have you create up some headlines using the different strategies that I have just covered through these. Okay, so hopefully you got some ideas. So create a headline for this photo. Think about brainstorming. What do we see here? It's a science experiment. She's got a gross expression. She's got safety goggles. She's obviously dissecting something. We don't know what it is. You could pretend like it's a rat. I don't know. But create a headline using a strategy for this, one of the strategies. So maybe you have a pun. Maybe it's rhyming. Maybe it's alliteration. Choose one of those strategies. Create a headline for that. Okay, next photo. Football player, he's getting his nose bandaged up. We've got tape. Obviously, he's injured. Again, create a headline for that using one of your strategies. Have some fun. Maybe you can come up with a couple different ones, all right? Be ready to share out your headlines that you create in class the next day. All right, lastly, we have this beautiful photo. Looks like they're celebrating the Day of the Dead. He's got face painting, he's got a skull, we've got cowboys, we've got some dramatic lighting. What headline could you make for this? If this was a module or a story, what would the headline be that's going to grab your viewer's attention away from the photo and into your copy, which is our goal with headlines. Okay, Yurds, hopefully you watched the 2 videos and you came up with at least 3 headlines for the 3 photos I showed you. Have an awesome rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching these videos, and I really appreciate you guys taking such great notes and really learning all this core information. That way we can be awesome yearbookers for this year and have a great book. Thanks so much. Bye.